Good morning, good morning, good morning. Don't forget your cup of coffee this morning because it is time to have some coffee with Dr. T. And I recreated this video because I really want us to win in every aspect of our lives. And so I want to invoke a specific feeling when we are coming together on Saturday mornings, and that is positivity. And as you know, this year's word is hope. And as I was preparing um, today's message or talk for today, not message, I'm going back to happiness. What makes you happy? And then I want to say that in order for us to, you know, be happy or stay happy, we kind of have to figure out how we navigate the waters of worrying. And so that is what we are going to talk about today. Good morning. Yes, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So as I ended that video, I really wanted, for you to realize that in the midst of stuff, right? In the midst of stuff, I want you to find joy and happiness. So I want you to find joy and happiness. So before I get started, I'm your girl, Dr. TOD. I created Coffee with Dr. T because of my best friend. We chop it up Saturday mornings, and because of our busy lives and things of that nature, this is a time for us to talk and to be able to kind of get us to the next week, right? So let me know where you're watching from. Say, hey, Dr. T, and let's get into it. So I told you before that I was going to kind of shift some things and talk more about put in regards or put in place some more scripture. And so today's scripture is John 10:10. When we talk about worrying, and it says, the thief does not come except to steal and to kill and destroy. I have come that they may have life and that they may have it more abundantly, right? So when we talk about this scripture, really dives into what worrying does, right? It robs us, right? Right? It robs us. It can kill us. Stress kills. It can destroy your very fabric of your life when you worry. And so then on the other end, it says, Jesus came that we may have life, that we aren't destroyed, and that we have life more abundantly. And so as we talk about today, I'm going to give you some tips, and then I want to talk about number one, don't get caught up in the worrying, right? Because we can do that, right? Did you know that 60% of society worries? 60% of our society worries, right? So, yeah, that's a lot of people that worry, right? And then worry distracts you from what God's truth is. Okay, so I'm not going to delve into that too much because I want you to know that this is a space of spirituality, but it's not a space where, I'm going to, push Jesus down your throat, although I want to. However, worry distracts us from God's truth. And so, and I'll go back because when I say that, you know, it is a distraction when you worry. It does kind of impede our process for where we're trying to go, or or how we're going to make it there, right? And so I'm part of that 60%, you guys. I am a worry wart. But this right here reminded me when I was trying to prepare, you know, stop worrying, right? Stop worrying. It's all good. It's gonna work itself out. So I want to kind of talk over like some steps that can help us to stop worrying, right? Some steps that can help us from stop worrying. So don't forget, if this adds value today, put V for value. Say, hey, put some hands up. Let me know where you're watching from. If you are watching this on a replay, put hashtag replay. But yeah, this is, you know, what we're talking about today. Though, try not to worry, right? Let's talk about worrying, because this is Coffee with Dr. T. All right, so let me get this up. I had a couple of things that I wanted up, but I don't know if it's going to show today. I had it. Let's see. Sometimes technology is not your best friend. So let me go back because it was up. All right, since I can't find that right now because I had it. So while I'm talking, I'll try to find it for you. All right, so let me see. I had it. Nope, that's not it. All right, so since I can't find it, we'll move on because I had it prepared. I'll post it a little bit later. All right, so let's get into it. So, worrying, OMG. So let me give you 7 tips. So sometimes when you're worrying, I know for me, you might either be stuck, or you could also be going 70 miles or 100 miles per hour because you're trying to get things done, right? So let's talk about some 7 things that you can kind of help with your worrying, and try to make things a little bit better for you, right? And today we're trying to figure out like this happiness. I'm going to find the slide presentation that I created literally this morning because I was like, I got to give you some visuals. So switch off the multitasking. Who multitasks? I know I do. It's like I'm here, I'm there. I'm trying to, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And so sometimes when you're worrying, we kind of do that because we're trying to get everything done. So the word itself has is fashionable these days. It's like, oh, you don't know how to multitask. Well, no, sometimes it ain't good to multitask. Sometimes you need to stay focused on what you need to get done. And so this is also the root cause of losing focus because we're focusing on a couple of things at the same time, right? So instead of doing that, do something that is going to either move you into focusing on that one task, maybe even stepping back, and taking some pleasure and enjoying, something else or doing something else. And then come back to it, right? And then come back to it. So you may want to do that. Number 2, right? Number 2 is get away from distractions. I know when I had to do a paper and I just could not figure out, why my mind is not focusing on what needs to get done. I literally had to leave the house. I had to leave, everything that was inside to really focus on where I was trying to go, and there was no distraction. So, you know, there's gonna be distractions, your phone, the computer, the TV, your kids. You're looking at, you got to clean your house, or you have to look at that you have other things that you have to do, that you created for yourself. So for God's sake, put the phone away, create some silence. I know that I was reminded that I needed time to really dedicate to devotion, so it needs to be a quiet space, right? Resist temptation to constantly go on social media. Raise your hand if you wake up and you're on social media immediately. Right? Or every 5 minutes you're looking at Facebook or Instagram, and now right now TikTok and some other things. So, put that away, try to figure out, other things that you can do so that you're not doing. And I even beg to say, remember, I'm just thinking of this. Remember when it used to be that if you use curse words or foul language, that there would be a jar. Maybe put some money in a jar every time you pick up that cell phone, right? Put $1 in there, and maybe that'll help you save some money, right? So put some money aside. I just thought of that. So set clear goals, begin to try to figure out, number 3, set clear goals, figure out what your next steps are. Even if like you have this big picture, even if you're really not sure of how those goals are going to be attained, set them, right? Set them, and then start figuring it out. Start making a clearer vision for yourself. That's why I created Sustain Your Biz LLC, because it's a way for you to as a coach, for you to be able to have a clearer vision for your life and for your business. So that's just a plug for Sustain Your Biz LLC. Go over to Facebook, follow all the social media platforms, 2020 Eye Doctor, and go to Sustain Your Biz to win, right? So begin a clear way. If you have 10 things to do, try to tackle 5, right? Even before, it start, by rendering, by rendering your goals, or by creating those goals about what the tasks are going to be done, it definitely helps with making sure that you're there. And then the other part of that is, back to what I said before, it also helps you to stay focused, right? It helps you to stay focused. So for example, I'll give you an example. You want to clean your house. Set literally, we can get distracted throughout the day. So if Saturday is the day that you're going to say, I'm going to set time to clean or declutter, make sure by the end of the day that is done, because you know that you're probably going to get distracted. But that's a goal. That's an attainable goal that can happen, right? And that leads me to the next thing, number 4, your time slot method. I know people are using calendars, use technology, right? Research shows that we are most productive, right, on certain times of the day. I know for me, you better get me early in the morning. You better get me before 12 o'clock. Because once that goes, I don't know what's going to happen, right? So if you need to meet me, you need to talk with me, you want to have a sit down with me, you need to get it in between 8 a.m. and 12, because after that, I don't know where I'm going to be. So, and then, the other piece of that is delegate some tasks, right? Delegate tasks that are toughest and need most of your attention in these time slots. So, we're going to have a session coming up in June. We're preparing for that. And I'm really figuring out a way that I may have to get somebody to really prepare for me, because I can't do it, right? I'm getting worried, and I don't want to be worried. Number 5, prioritize your work. So remember, I said that before. So if you have 10 things that you want to do, look at that list and see what you can accomplish that day, right? Which one can you accomplish? And you know what? Take breaks. Don't try to get it all done at the same time, unless you really have, I said this before, have your soft deadline, and have your hard deadline. Take breaks, because sometimes when you take breaks, that adds clarity to what you're trying to do, and it may even add that you might need to shift. And Who wants to hear the last one? Exercise, people, exercise. I know for me, I've been walking a little bit more. I've been, and I can do diet and exercise. I've changed my diet over the last few years, cutting out breads, cutting out sugars, things of that nature, just trying to be conscious of, eating a little bit more healthy and even exercising. So, exercising is part of that too. So that's some life hacks that you can use today. 7 life hacks that you can use today to help you stop worrying. He didn't give us that worry thing, right? And we just get in our own heads. And then some of that is our confidence, right? We get into our own heads and we kind of lose, some confidence there. So I will post later what I was trying to find because I can't find it. Let me see. I really, really want you guys to see what I created. But yeah, and happy spring, you guys. Happy spring. Maybe I didn't save it, and that's going to be a problem. So, yeah, happy spring, you guys. Listen, I will find it and I'll post it later, or I'll use it for next week. Either way, it's an amazing presentation that was created. But I will see you guys next Saturday, God willing. Yeah, so 7 ways of decreasing your worries. Listen, God did not put us here to worry, and we need to figure out ways of trying to decrease that. So if this added value, I appreciate you watching today. I hope what I talked about today added some value for you. Matter of fact, I know exactly where I'm going to post it. Go over to logiceyecareinc.org, and that's where I started putting some of the blogs, and I may even post it there. I will add on to what I created that did not come. I will most likely post it to Instagram because I've been creating videos more so lately, and I will definitely put that there. So I may record that once I leave here so that we can kind of continue the talk about how to stop worrying. Like I said, 60% of us worry, so you're not alone in this. But how can I help you overcome your worry? So thank you for watching. Say hey, watch this on a replay, share, like, comment. Let's do this. Let's put Coffee with Dr. T up there a little bit more, so that others can live and to learn, because that is my goal, to bring some things to you that I've learned along the way, to share what God has given in my spirit to you, as well as to let you know what type of coach I am. So you guys have a wonderful day. Happy spring and be blessed. I'll see you guys on the other side.